learned this simple. It's so simple. We couldn't even say simple more simply, but it's so simple to understand that you've got one thing to do at all times. There's only one lever, right? That really makes big differences about anything that occurs to you. And that is all about vibration, all about mood, all about energy, all about attitude, all about emotion. And as you realize that this is your one truest leverage, the most biggest blessing, the most biggest advantage that you have is that you can never not be connected to this energy that creates worlds and feel the relativity in a moment between you and that energy, which is what emotion is you feeling the relative harmony or disharmony between your true self in any moment. That as you realize that this is only one simple thing that you need to pay attention to, then you can really see miraculous things, or what humans would call miraculous things. Actually, they're normal things. I call them normicals, unfolding in your life. This is when the big manifestation stories that they talk about happen, or that we talk about happen, because even every single one of us has these experiences in our lives where it's just like, wow. And what it is and what it was and what it will be is when you play this simple hotter colder game, when you play this game of alignment, which is really the only game in town. All the other games that you play are just sub games of this one game. And you'll let it be simple and let it be easy and have fun playing the game. Then that's when things that have been stuck for a long time break loose. That's when things that allow you to progress to a new level, that's when you see a new vista, a new horizon in your unfolding of your life experience, is when you'll let it be simple, let it be easy. Go for the reason that it will give you this relief that Vicky's talking about. More fun, relief, more fun, ease, comfort. How do you like to feel? Think of how you like to feel. I like to feel glad. You will find more gladness. You will be a more glad soul, and more things that match glad will manifest into your experience. What else do you like to feel? I love to feel proud of myself, right? I can say unequivocally that I love that feeling. I love to feel proud of myself, right? And so more things that make you feel proud of yourself and proud of your fellow co-creators, proud of the earth that you live on, proud of the universe that you're in, proud of God, proud of anything that you want, right? You will feel those feelings as you shoot for them, right? As the feeling becomes what's most important to you, then you go looking for feelings. You don't go looking for stuff that will make the feelings happen. You go looking for feelings which make the stuff happen. Because feelings is what makes the stuff happen. Because if your toaster's not plugged in, there ain't gonna be no toast. Okay, there's not gonna be toast. If the vacuum's plugged in, it ain't gonna vacuum no floor. Okay, so you go looking for feelings. These feelings become your highest priority. You say, what turns me inside out? What turns me on? Or if you can't get that far, you say, what feels a little bit better to me right now? That's the only other caveat to this is just don't try to jump too far too fast. But as soon as you remember that, you can make little jumps, and you will jump far fast just by making it a bunch of little jumps. Okay, little steps, just walking towards a feeling that feels better. And as you find a feeling that feels better, you'll find a feeling that feels better than that. You don't have access to this yet, but you have access to the feeling that feels a little bit better than that. And you're going to love it because it's better than that. And then you have access to the next, and to the next, and to the next, and to the next. And as you make it about the feeling, in other words, as you make it about the vibration, in other words, as you make it about vibes, as you make it about your connection with your inner being, as you make it about your connection to your true, broader, eternal, infinite self, then you're going to start having more fun immediately, because that is the leverage of the energy that creates worlds. You're tapping into the leverage when you tap into the unconditioned. How do you be unconditional? Feelings. The unconditioned means the feeling, right? So you like to feel like this, you like to feel like this even more, you like to feel like this even more, you like to feel like this even more. You're shooting for a feeling, right? That's how you hit the mark. That's how you hit the bullseye. That's how you go where you're trying to go. That's how you have those manifestation stories that you want to tell everyone, and you want to tell everybody what happened to you, because you tuned into that feeling, which is the only way that you're ever going to allow things to unfold in a way that is what you're really wanting. You cannot have the conditions match your an unconditioned that doesn't match it, right? In other words, you cannot have conditions unfolding in your experience that don't match the feeling tone, the overall feeling tone of how you're feeling. So it couldn't be a more leveraged move for you to be an alchemist of energy, to be a tapestry weaver of emotion, to be a conjurer of joy, to be a creator of mood, right? This is the science of deliberate creation that they talk about. You are the scientist of mixing up vibes, of mixing up feelings, right? This is what everyone is doing, right? You're either fumbling the ball on this, or you're getting the hang of this and you're getting into what they call the zone, you're getting into what they call the vortex. And when you're there, you have pure positive energy flowing to and through you more fully. You have more full view. You have more awareness of knowledge. You have more understanding of what's really true. You have more visibility of how to create anything that it matters to you. And you're going to have more and more and more and more and more and more fun. So how do we do it, right? Like, how do you do? Okay, so he said, get focused on what feels good, right? He said, use emotion, right? But how do I move my emotion? It seems like my emotions are controlling me. How do I get emotion to cooperate with me? Right? Well, the thing is, guys, is this is not something that is super difficult to learn. We make things harder than they need to be. Okay. So the truth is, you do know what feels good. You know what feels good, and you know what good feelings feel like. Just ask yourself what they feel like. Ask yourself what would feel a little bit better to you. Ask yourself, how do I want to feel, even if I don't feel that way yet, right? And don't stop. Stick with it. Stay with it. Don't turn around and go back to Phoenix. Enjoy the whole journey of moving to a little bit better feeling, little bit better feeling, little bit better feeling. Stay with it. Would you rather feel good or bad? Obviously, good. Would you rather feel good or even better? Obviously, I'd rather feel even better. Would I rather feel like it's not possible for me or it is possible for me? I'd rather feel like it's possible to me. You see that rather, that preference, that desire, that tells you what's true for you. That tells you what's possible for you. That tells you how to do it, right? So you're just going to look, you're going to look out, you're going to wake up, you're going to have your life experience, and you're going to mix it up in all this contrast, and you're going to go out there and you're going to look for what you're wanting to see. You're going to look for evidence that what you want is true. You're going to look for evidence that feels good to you when you see it. You're not going to go out there looking for trouble unless that's what you want to find. And far be it from any of us to deny you your passion for self punishment if that is your decision, because you are so free and you can punish yourself if you want, all you want. But it really is not more complicated than this. It seems like it has to do with all of this other stuff that it has nothing to do with. All of that is just a house of mirrors. All of that is just reflections of what's going on in your internal atmosphere, your internal weather, which you can shift at any time. Doesn't matter what so and so says about you, doesn't matter what so and so over here thinks about you. It doesn't matter about some rule that you read about on a bulletin board somewhere in your 3D reality. It doesn't matter about what forms you filled out or didn't fill out. It doesn't matter about what laws are passed or didn't pass. It doesn't matter about what location you are on the planet. It doesn't matter about how long something has been and it hasn't changed. None of it matters a whip compared with vibration. None of it matters at all compared to you being able to shift your mood. That relief, just like how your son or your daughter or your friend, as they are really not feeling good, you can tell that all we got to do is get them into a better feeling mood, and then things will be more clear for them. All they are is an out picturing of you. They're showing you your same exact pattern where you're letting things that don't feel good to you hold space inside of your consciousness that are not worthy of you. And of course, there's nothing wrong with exploring the contrast. There's nothing wrong with launching rockets. Nothing ever goes wrong, truly, no matter which way you go. So you can't get it done. You never get this wrong. There's nothing to worry about any of it. We're not saying any of this to put more pressure on you. We're just saying that this is easier than almost anyone lets it be.